Hey guys, so Barcelona just won 2-1 against Girona. If any of you missed it, it was an up and down game. We definitely have a lot of stuff to talk about today. I felt like there were some positive parts to talk about, and there's a lot of stuff that we need to discuss, that we need to address and fix before our upcoming matches. We have a crucial match against Real Madrid coming up, and we have a Champions League clash against Olympiacos tomorrow as well. You guys already know I will be up with the post match analysis for you guys. I felt like we started the game really strong against Girona. We were, you know, really aggressive, trying to create chances early. We were putting the pressure on Girona, and in the opening 10 to 15 minutes, we actually created a lot of chances. And I was really optimistic about how we actually played in the first 15 minutes. And oh my god, Pedri, like what else can you say about the guy? How many match MVPs has he gotten, by the way? Like it's been every other match that I see, he's just getting MVP after MVP after MVP. It's actually insane. Pedri is insane. That goal, he just like froze the entire defense. He just danced across the box, and then nobody expected him to like just pass it into the far post like that. Even the goalkeeper was like, huh? But then again, the alarm bells started ringing. There was a lot of chances that Girona just ran through the middle in transition, found the first run, not even the second runner or the third runner. They were cutting directly through the middle, and Porto was getting like so many chances down right through the middle. They were just like he's just running in between the centre backs, and there's so many chances in the first half. Eric Garcia to deter him and move him away from the goalkeeper. Szczesny reacted brilliantly. Szczesny made a lot of saves. And honestly speaking, if those goals had gone in, we would be talking about a very different story today. Which is why I really want to nail and talk about the different deficits that we're having as a team right now. There are a lot of gaps that we need to fill in our defense, starting with the fact that both Hansi Flick and Szczesny have come out and spoken about this, is the fact that we're lacking the intensity of press that we did last season. Last season, everybody was just running at it, and immediately as soon as we lost the ball, like we recovered the ball really, really quickly. I think we had the fastest stat in all of Europe's 5 leagues. That's just not the case anymore. We've seen the intensity drop, we've seen the press be delayed, we're not pressing as a team. There's some people who aren't pressing. Hansi Flick called this out earlier in the season as well. That's the thing, right? Hansi Flick's system, everything has to work in the system efficiently. If one arm of it fails and you're not playing as a team, then everything else, including the defense, the rotations, everything crumbles. So the main problem that we're facing is as soon as we lose the ball, we're not pressing hard enough and high enough. And because that's not happening, they have so much time and space, and at that professional level, when you give a professional footballer that much time and space, no matter whether they come from like the bottom of the league or even the second division team, you give a professional footballer that much time and space, they are going to pick out the right passes. Now the difference between a high quality team like Madrid, Man City, is that they finish those chances. They're ruthless. You can get away with these lapses in defense against teams like Girona and Valencia, or like all these lower table La Liga teams. But I don't. When it comes to like big matches, we are gonna get exposed, guys, if we don't fix our defensive issues quickly. Again, coming back to how quickly Sevilla got out into transition and how many times Szczesny had to bail us out, those are definitely things that we need to address. I'm sure this international break, Hansi Flick has been drilling it in to all the players that we need to press better. We need to start the press earlier. We cannot give people that much time and space. Look, it got exposed against PSG, alright. You have two of the best ball carrying wing backs in the world. They just ran our flanks. They cut through the middle sometimes. They went wide when they wanted. They were doing whatever they pleased, right? So we cannot keep this up. Now I was seeing some comments online about people saying that, oh my god, we're struggling to score goals. And again, guys, you have to think about the fact that players have been coming in and out of our starting lineup in attack, right? Half of our attack is injured. Our two top scorers in our team are injured, including Rafinha, Lewandowski, Ferran, and Lamine Yamal's just come back from injury. Fermin Lopez just come back from injury. Rashford is the only guy who's been stable, and he has been contributing to his credit as well. and I think he had a fantastic game against Girona as well. So we're still top of the league in big chances created, in XG, in number of shots per game. We're still up there. We're still creating a lot of chances, right? And the goals will come. Trust me, guys. Once we have all our players fit and ready to play, the goals will come. If we had our entire front lines, steady, I could easily see this us scoring like 4 goals against Girona. We need to focus on, when we lose the ball, our transition play and transition defense. Those are the gaping holes that we need to focus on. Something special that happened, Hansi Flick decided to throw Araujo in there. Man, our whole front line is demolished, and so Hansi Flick that's what I like about Hansi Flick. He adapts, he makes use of his resources, and if something is going wrong, he doesn't hesitate to change. He's not like, for example, Ancelotti last season, even when things were clearly not working for Madrid, he used to still stick with the same lineup, the same tactics. He wasn't a very dynamic coach. Sometimes that works. There's pros and cons to that as well. But I feel Hansi Flick always gets his substitutions right, and I think he just goes off of his instincts a lot of the times. But this particular move of subbing in Ronald Araujo as a striker was something nobody expected, and that was a genius move, and it resulted in the winning goal. Well, am I still a fan of Araujo's defensive capabilities? Not really. I still don't think he's a long-term solution for us, especially if we're playing this high line and we're sticking to it. But that being said, he definitely did vindicate himself from the terrible performance against Sevilla. Well, thank you, Araujo. Those are 3 crucial points. And further down the season, it's wins like this which will pile up and keep us in the competition, if not win us the competition, right? In the Xavi ball era, we weren't creating a lot of chances or goals. We were winning everything by like 1-0 victories about 2 or 3 seasons ago. We need to also talk about that bogus red card, guys. I really don't understand the refereeing decisions in La Liga sometimes. That was a bogus red card. No matter what people say, his actions were not that demonstrative. It wasn't that inappropriate. And every coach I've seen, Pep Guardiola, he like wears his emotions on his sleeve. Jurgen Klopp, all of them emote. Okay, Hansi Flick is not that much of an emotional manager. I know in recent times, and he's spoken about this in his press conference as well, that he's showing a lot more emotions as a Barcelona coach. But that was still a bogus red card, guys. I don't understand it. Now we have an upcoming game tomorrow against Olympiacos. I actually think this is an important game because it's going to serve as a morale booster. We've had a rough couple of weeks. We haven't been our best. We got demolished by Sevilla, and before that we had the heartbreak against PSG. It's been a streak of bad performances. And why I think this game is important is because it's going to prove, again, give confidence to the players, if we play well, that is, that we have it in us. It's still early in the season. There's a lot of games to be played. This is one of those games where I feel like we need to score a high volume of goals. We need to get our starters back on the field as much as possible, and I hope it's a high scoring game. That being said, looking at Olympiacos' record, they haven't won a game yet in the Champions League this campaign. They drew a game and they lost a game against Arsenal. They haven't scored a goal yet in this Champions League campaign, so it should be pretty straightforward for us, and that's why I want us to score a high volume of goals so that there's confidence flowing within the team, and that would be crucial momentum moving forward into the game against Real Madrid. Yeah, another thing that Flick was talking about is Marc Bernal apparently isn't 100%. They're being very cautious with him. He isn't injured or anything, but Flick mentioned that the medical staff is not convinced that Marc Bernal is 100%. At his playing capacity, he's not really match fit. But I do really like the player, so I want to see him on the field as soon as possible. This is something to keep an eye on, how they manage him throughout the season, and hopefully he gets some playing time really soon. Well, thank you guys. This was a quick update. Stay tuned. I'm going to have another match analysis tomorrow after a game against Olympiacos, and hopefully we win. Thanks for watching. Visca Barca.